So it's pretty clear to me that the two best teams in all basketball right now are the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James, and the Brooklyn Nets, led by Kevin Durant. And I'm rooting for a Brooklyn Nets versus Los Angeles Lakers NBA Finals. I kind of felt that we would probably get that at the start of the season as the teams were currently constructed. But now that the Brooklyn Nets have added James Harden to their squad, it's really shifted the power in the Eastern Conference. And I will be shocked, I will be floored if the Brooklyn Nets do not end up in the NBA Finals, assuming they stay healthy, okay? I will be shocked if Milwaukee, if Miami, if Philadelphia knocks them out, because I don't see anyone taking Kevin Durant and the crew in the Eastern Conference. Now, when we look at LeBron James and Anthony Davis in Los Angeles, I do believe the Los Angeles Clippers are a matchup for the Lakers that could give them some problems. However, ultimately, I learned over the years, don't bet against LeBron James in these scenarios. Kawhi Leonard's an excellent player. Paul George is an excellent player. Tyronn Lue's a very good head coach. But ultimately, don't you just kind of think the Clippers are going to kind of clip at some point? Don't you think the Clippers at some point will find a way to disappoint you? I mean, that's their history. A history of disappointment. A history of playing second fiddle to the Lakers. And I just really can't see the Lakers not getting back to the finals. I could see the Clippers maybe knocking them off. But what I want is Kevin Durant versus LeBron James. Because we saw Kevin Durant shoot the game-winning shot in LeBron James' face in Game 3 of the 2017 NBA Finals. And at that point, Kevin Durant thought the torch was passed on to him. But unfortunately, folks said, nope, KD, you're not better than LeBron James. Personally, I was not one of those people. But a lot of people said LeBron was still better than Kevin Durant despite Kevin's success in Golden State. I do think that now that Kevin Durant has assembled his own team in Brooklyn, whereas he kind of joined Steph Curry and Klay Thompson in Golden State. Not saying it wasn't his team, not saying he wasn't the best player, but whether you like it or not, the Golden State Warriors made NBA Finals runs without Kevin Durant before he got there, okay? Kevin Durant obviously took them over the top, but I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be a whole lot of storylines if we get a Lakers versus Brooklyn Nets NBA Finals series. You got Kevin Durant, you got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Steve Nash, Frank Vogel, James Harden. There's so many compelling coaches and players in this matchup. I want to see it. I want to see if LeBron James can knock off this Brooklyn Nets squad, because let me tell you something right now. If LeBron James knocks off this Brooklyn Nets team, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to shift their opinions from saying Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time to LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time, because LeBron would have won his 5th NBA title. And this Brooklyn Nets team is led by Kevin Durant, who's a borderline top 10 player of all time, and James Harden and Kyrie Irving are pretty darn good themselves. And then if Kevin Durant wins the NBA title, does that start a dynasty in Brooklyn? Man, oh man. I just want to see a Brooklyn Nets versus NBA Finals series. And I believe we actually are going to get it, but ultimately, that's what I'm rooting for. No doubt about it. Nets versus Lakers will be box office in the NBA Finals. I love to see LeBron James go against Kevin Durant. I love to see who comes out on top. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.